It is Tuesday, which of course means it is time to answer the questions that you guys send in each and every week. My name is BrendenPlayz. We are coming off the Royal Rumble, the very controversial Royal Rumble to say the least. And we also had a bit of a snowed-in Raw. I didn't really watch any of it. I just kind of watched the Roman Reigns, Brock Lesnar, Paul Heyman segment. So I don't know if there's anything else on Raw that I kind of missed. I don't really think so. I think it was just a couple of interviews and things like that. So if I did miss anything good, let me know in the comment section down below. But I didn't really watch the rest of it, but I did watch the Royal Rumble, and I have a lot of thoughts and opinions on the Royal Rumble and what my take is on it, and it might be quite different to what you guys think. It might be similar to a majority of other people as well, so it's a very 50-50, very divided topic at the moment, the Royal Rumble. Very, very interesting to have a bit of a debate about it, so I'm very interested to see what you guys think about it, so make sure you let me know what you thought about the Royal Rumble in the comment section down below, and of course, you can react and respond to anything that I say in the video later on. That we appreciate it as well. So, without further ado, let's get straight into it. So, the first one comes from HBK for the win. What did you think of the Royal Rumble pay-per-view? Well, the pay-per-view started off with a pre-show. It was the six-man tag, which was okay. And I will admit, I only watched all but the big two matches on mute. I actually went back and watched the Ascension and New Age Outlaws match because I did actually miss it at the time because I couldn't get the network going on my computer, but that's, whatever. So I didn't really pay much attention to all the undercard, and I don't think I really missed much. I mean, the Ascension versus the Outlaws, I actually said the Ascension would probably lose, so I'm actually surprised they kind of won. But if they are going to set up a storyline with the Ascension and having them beat all these legendary tag teams to prove that they are a great tag team, prove that they are the next big thing, then that's cool. But if they're going to just be a really bad rip-off tag team, I don't know. But if they bring back the Dudley Boys and have the Ascension versus the Dudleys at WrestleMania, that would be awesome. So there's a couple of different routes we could take with the Ascension there. We had the tag team title match between the Usos and Miz and Mizdow. We've seen the match 1,000 times, so I really didn't care. The Divas tag team match, didn't care. I think I took a piss halfway through it anyways. And I think that's it. I think that is it. So we had the triple threat match. I'll start with that. And honestly, that was probably one of the best triple threat matches I've ever seen. Unbelievable stuff. Brock Lesnar was amazing through it. He just looked like an absolute tank. He killed it, man. He was fantastic. Cena played his part. But I feel as though Cena was very overshadowed. I think he didn't really play a big role in the match, to be honest with you. I mean, for a moment there, we thought, oh no, Cena's going to probably do it when he and Rollins were going at it. But Seth Rollins, he was awesome as well. It was a toss-up between me and him, Rollins and Lesnar, to decide who was the better out of the two, who was the MVP of the night. I'm probably going to say Lesnar because, I'm a big Lesnar fan, but Rollins was certainly great. The big move that he did off the top rope was awesome as well. I knew as soon as he was about to climb up to it, I knew he was going to do something special, so I'm glad he hit something great. And that's how I should use those type of maneuvers. Obviously, Rollins can do those moves every night of the week, but have him do it on these special occasions, these big matchups, bring out these big, high-flying, flashy, big maneuvers. It means a hell of a lot more. So smart thinking by Seth Rollins to not do these big, flashy maneuvers all the time. Just save them for big matches like this, because it obviously means more. The crowd go, wow. We all go, wow. It means so much more of a bigger effect. But obviously, Lesnar winning the match, great to see. I was getting very worried that Seth or Cena would win, because I really wanted Brock to retain. I think Lesnar should be the champion at Mania. And speaking of WrestleMania, I'll move into the next matchup now. I'll touch more about the triple threat matchup later on. But look, WrestleMania, we have the Royal Rumble winner, Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar. So obviously Roman Reigns winning the Royal Rumble. Huge controversy surrounding this matchup. And honestly, I am in favor of Roman Reigns winning. Now, I have said the past couple of weeks that I thought Daniel Bryan might win it. And my reasoning behind that was because I felt as though Roman Reigns, he may not be ready, but I think it's still a good move from the WWE to make him, push him into this position, give him the chance. We don't know if he's not ready or not unless we give it a shot. Take the risk, because we need to take the risk, because you think about it, we have like 4 or 5 legitimate main eventers. Brock might be leaving after WrestleMania. There goes another one. So we need someone to step in, and if we have Daniel Bryan win, then what do we achieve? We already have Daniel Bryan. He's a made man. So if we put him in the main event of WrestleMania, we have him win the Royal Rumble, what does that really achieve? Nothing. It's like Batista winning. Did he really need to win? Yeah, it's a big comeback. Okay. Cena winning just to have another match with The Rock didn't really need to happen. So the past couple of years has been very poor on the WWE's part on trying to establish a new top guy. And that's what I felt as though the Royal Rumble was always about. You bring in a top guy and he wins the Rumble and he's a made man. You look at Batista 2005, it happened. Rey Mysterio was elevated when he won the Royal Rumble as well. So a lot of Chris Benoit, so Brock Lesnar even back in the day as well. So a lot of times the Royal Rumble has been used, especially during the Attitude Era period, to elevate these guys who are ready. They're just about on the cusp of going into the big main event scene, and you make them win the Royal Rumble, and you automatically go, wow, these guys are legitimate, these guys are main event guys, these guys deserve it. And yeah, so you automatically buy them as a top tier talent because they have a huge part of WrestleMania, and it makes them a made man. Roman Reigns, he needed a big win like this, and I don't think he's been really overbooked or shoved down our throats. Yes, he hasn't been winning all that much, but you know, he only gets a couple of minutes of promo time a week. He gets the one, maybe 2 segments max a week, where somebody like Seth Rollins, he gets 3-4 segments a week. Cena, he'll get 2 segments a week, and you know, Daniel Bryan, now that he's back, you'll probably see him get 2 or 3 segments a week. So Roman Reigns doesn't really get shoved down our throats all that much, to be honest with you. So people saying, oh my god, Roman Reigns, they're shoving him down our throats, I don't really think so. I think they're kind of booking him quite well. Yes, he's got the Superman treatment. He barely loses. If he does, it's never clean. But how can you buy somebody to be a main eventer if he loses all the time? It's hard. It's downright impossible. So that's why, to me, Dean Ambrose, if he had won, it would have been a joke, because how many times has he lost in the past couple of months? Seth Rollins, if he had won the world title, to me that would have been a joke, because how many times has he lost in the past couple of months? Whereas Roman Reigns, how many times has he lost in the past year? You can probably rattle them off on your fingertips. So not many, which is what you kind of need to book this guy as your next big thing. So Daniel Bryan coming back after 7-8 months hiatus and winning the Royal Rumble, that would have been an absolute joke, and would have been absolutely hypocritical for all the fans to applaud Daniel Bryan to win the Royal Rumble this year. And you think about it, Batista, he came back from a similar circumstance. Yes, it was 3-4 years away and he come back and won it, but it's basically the same thing. Coming away from a hiatus, coming back to win the Royal Rumble. It's hypocritical, isn't it? You have the same circumstance, instead this time they didn't pull the trigger. So now you're upset? What about last year when Batista won it? You were pissed off then, but now that if Daniel Bryan had won it, you would have been all smiling and happy, wouldn't we? So the whole thing to me is very hypocritical, and in terms of the long term, it's not very smart from the fans, because right now we have a chance to build Roman Reigns as our next top guy, and we need that. Daniel Bryan's already a top guy. We don't need to give him the Royal Rumble victory. He doesn't need it. Give him give him a good position on the main event of WrestleMania card, and he's fine. He doesn't have to be in the title match to have a good match at WrestleMania, to have a long match. So give him a good match at WrestleMania and he's fine. He can have a title shot down the line, SummerSlam. Give him a big match up there. He and Roman Reigns can go at it. That'd be awesome. Something like that, and maybe he can win it there. But somebody needs to have their WrestleMania moment this year, and that's Roman Reigns. Daniel Bryan had it last year, and look how it kind of worked out for him. It was unfortunate, but he needs to step aside, and he needs to let somebody else have a shot, and the fans need to realize this, need to accept this. Bryan had his shot last year. It's time to give someone else their moment this year. If Bryan, he comes back, wins the Royal Rumble, wins the main event of WrestleMania, and wins the title again, what does that achieve? Absolutely nothing. Okay, this next one is from SG Finest McMiner. Well, it's a pretty long name. Do you think it was smart to have Lesnar retain? Who do you think is going to be Lesnar's next rival? Well, it's pretty clear Roman Reigns is going to be his next rival. Was it smart to have Lesnar retain? Well, you think about it, what's a bigger match? Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins, or Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar? I mean, Roman Reigns versus John Cena, it would only really work if one of them turned heel, and that's not going to happen. So just that was off the cards, really. So Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins, yes, they have the Shield background, but I feel as though you can build that to be a good SummerSlam or a good, a match at Payback or something. That'd be great then. But at WrestleMania, I don't think so. It's your top drawing match, the top of the card, the match that you're going to put on all the billboards. Yeah, I don't think so. I think Brock Lesnar has a bit more name value there. And now you've built Brock Lesnar as this unstoppable beast. I mean, he just kicks out of everything with ease. Nobody can stop him. I mean, to me, it's a much better idea to have Lesnar and Reigns in there, and it'll be a much bigger victory for Roman Reigns if he does win against Brock Lesnar, the man who seems as though nobody can beat him. Maybe Superman Reigns can beat him at WrestleMania. That'll be much, much bigger than somebody like Seth Rollins. Sorry to say, all you Seth Rollins fans out there, but Seth Rollins will get his moment in a few years' time. But it's time for Roman Reigns, and he needs a big name like Brock Lesnar to keep... to sell tickets, really, to sell pay-per-view buys, sell subscriptions, and sell tickets. It's a big matchup, and much bigger than certainly Seth Rollins, or even John Cena for that matter. This one's from That Portuguese Guy. What did you think of the crowd's reaction during the Royal Rumble match? That was a joke. That was embarrassing, really. I mean, you're going to cry and have a sook that Daniel Bryans got eliminated? Come on. I mean, I can understand what the WWE were trying to do. Get Bryan out early, try and have the crowd forget about him losing. You bring The Rock out at the end, the crowd pops, yeah, Roman Reigns wins, okay, cool. But it didn't quite work to how they were thinking, and it was a nice try, it was a good idea. Personally, if I was booking it, I would have done the same, because if you bring Daniel Bryan in, you have him in the final 2 or final 3, and then he goes out then, the crowd are going to be pissed, and it's going to overshadow Roman Reigns' victory. Even though the crowd booed and whatever, I mean, come on, this, like I said earlier, this is the chance to build a new top star, and everyone complains at the lack of stars. Everybody complains there's no main event guys anymore, there's no big names anymore. Well, this is the chance to build a brand new big name, and you're shitting all over it. It's embarrassing. I mean, it's so hypocritical from the fans, and it's just really hard to watch. And yeah, reading all the crap online is just embarrassing. I mean, it's just, I don't know, man. It's sad. I mean, I guess we love Daniel Bryan, sure, but I mean, he had his moment, like I said, and there's no real need to boo Roman Reigns out of the building. It's not going to change anything, and I swear to God, if we have Daniel Bryan chants every single week that Roman Reigns comes out for the next 3 months, oh my goodness. I hate wrestling fans, I will admit. I feel as though I give everybody a fair shot most of the time, and, Daniel Bryan's okay to me, but I do like Roman Reigns, and I like what they're trying to do with him, and I think it's a good idea to give him this opportunity, but just to shit all over it's just embarrassing. It's just, yeah, that's wrestling fans for you. They can never be pleased. It's sad to see. This next one is from Tasteful Chain 4. Have you seen any improvement from Adam Rose? Oh god. With getting rid of the bunny, turning heel, having a vicious character, focusing more in fighting than in dancing, and aligning with Tyson Kidd and Cesaro, or is it still the I want to turn my TV off Adam Rose? Still the same. I mean, I'd given Adam Rose a shot. I said months ago he'd be done in 3 weeks, and he was. He's done. Turning him heel, it was a last-ditch attempt to get him over. Didn't work. Nobody cares. Bringing him with Kidd and Cesaro, in my opinion, is a bad thing, because I think Kidd and Cesaro, they're a good tag team by themselves. Adam Rose just devalues and just makes the tag team look even worse. Get Adam Rose away from him. In fact, just like Justin Gabriel, who got fired, by the way, don't really care about him, who didn't get fired, sorry, don't really care about him asking for his release. I feel as though after WrestleMania, he probably would have got fired anyways. So Adam Rose should be on that fired list. He sucks. There's no redeeming values. Either drop him down, take him off TV, repackage him, or just get rid of him, because turning him heel has done no favors whatsoever, and with all the rosebuds and everything like that, it's just a joke. I mean, forget about it. He sucks. This next one is from Peyton Townsend. What do you think of the lack of talent in Miz and R-Truth entering at 1 and 2? That really did surprise me, because it wasn't until Bray Wyatt entered and then Daniel Bryan entered did we really get 2 big names in there. So for a while there, we didn't really have anybody. Yes, we had the Bubba Ray Dudley, which by the way was awesome to see him back. Hopefully he stays on. So Miz and R-Truth entering was a little weird, but they didn't even acknowledge the fact that these guys were former tag team partners as well, which is embarrassing. So yeah, I don't know. I thought they should have had at least some big name come out, but you know, whatever. It served its purpose. I still felt as though the talent pool on the Royal Rumble overall was pretty decent in the end, so I'm not too concerned about the talent overall. But yeah, Miz and R-Truth at 1 and 2, a little bit disappointing. Not a great way to kick the Rumble off, but at least it was two guys we didn't really care about all too much getting out early on. Another one from HBK for the win. What did you think of Rowan losing to Harper and not being in the Rumble? That was very confusing. I really don't know what the hell happened there, and you know what was going on with the whole Harper and Rowan and Bray Wyatt situation in the Rumble match. They kind of teased a Rowan and Harper teaming up to take out Bray, and then it didn't happen, and then all of a sudden they got thrown over the top rope, and that was it. So I was confused. I don't know what the hell happened there. Rowan not being in the Rumble, yeah, I mean, you could have just got rid of somebody like Zack Ryder or even R-Truth on The Miz before, you know, get rid of somebody like them, or one of the New Day guys. Jesus Christ, it was such, when the New Day came out, I was just so disappointing. You're pumped, you want someone cool to come out, and then you hear the New Day's theme song. Oh my goodness, what a way to make the crowd sit on their hands. Anyways, yeah, Rowan not being in the Rumble kind of sucked, but whatever, who cares. The last question of today's video comes from 37 Will Dog. What's your opinion on the Ascension's victory at the Royal Rumble? Well, I kind of touched on it earlier, but it's a good move to have them win in the end. I mean, the Ascension so far just don't impress me. It's just the way that their gimmick is based. They're trying to build these guys as big guys and these next Road Warriors, but they're small. I mean, I don't know which one's the bigger one. The one who's 290 pounds, I forget. But he's not even menacing. He just looks out of shape. And the smaller one, I mean, my goodness, when they were in the ring with the NWO, they looked like midgets. And even Billy Gunn, he looked massive compared to these guys. So, I mean, it's just embarrassing, you know, the Ascension. I mean, they've got to be repackaged ASAP. Their gimmick is not going to work. They can have them beat the New Age Outlaws. Hell, they'll probably even beat the Dudley Boys. So, and they might even try bring back some other tag team. Who knows? But they can have them beat all these tag teams, but it's really not going to have any long-term effect, because once they stop beating all these legend tag teams and they go back to facing all the mainstays on the tag team division, they're going to be... The crowd won't care. The crowd will not care who they face anymore, and they will get found out. So they need to change their gimmick, make it something cool, because at the moment it's corny, nobody cares, it's just embarrassing, it's a bad rip-off gimmick. They've got to change the gimmick. Don't give them anywhere, don't put them near a microphone either. It's just not working at all at the moment. So a victory over New Age Outlaws, good step in the direction of where they want them to be, but yeah, in the long term, it won't really matter until they change the gimmick to something different and use them how they are meant to be used, not as big guys. Utilize their size. Don't try and book them as something they're not. Okay, guys, that will do it for today's edition of Let's Talk Tuesdays. If you did enjoy it, please do leave a like on the video, and of course, make sure you do subscribe to the channel to see more Let's Talk Tuesdays coming up real soon. Speaking of SummerSlam as well, before you ask, it is coming. It's a couple days late. I do apologize. I'm about to go ahead and finish it off right now. It should be up in the next couple of days because it does take a long time to render and upload. So stay tuned for that. Keep an eye on BrendenPlayz.com for more match previews and interviews for Universe Mode. I've even got another couple of great ideas as well that I'm going to be working on. So stay tuned for that, all you Universe Mode fans. Thank you so much for checking out today's episode of Let's Talk Tuesdays. I need to get out of here before I keep muddling up my words even more. Thanks guys for watching, and I'll see you all next Tuesday.